Hello, seagulls. It is January 28th. There's a little bit of snow on the ground, and our spring semester is well underway. I am very excited to see our students back on campus again. Although the pandemic continues to limit many of our in-person activities, more than half of our classes met this week in face-to-face or hybrid formats, which is a slight increase from the fall semester. As I mentioned last week, for now we are being very cautious about scheduling events, but I encourage you to take part in opportunities to engage in safe and socially distant settings, as well as virtually. In the past week alone, we've conducted more than 4,000 COVID-19 tests at SU, and positivity rates continue to remain well under 1%. That is fantastic. As we've all returned to campus, thank you for your continued commitment to keeping each other safe by wearing masks, social distancing, washing hands, and isolating when necessary. Thank you also for getting tested before coming to Salisbury, and again this week, in order to be cleared to come to campus. Remember, to be cleared, you must have had an SU-administered COVID test within the past 30 days. You can check your on-campus clearance status in Gullnet. Students, your professors can view your on-campus clearance status in their class rosters, and they are not required to cut you any slack for attendance or assignment deadlines if you fall out of cleared status because you didn't get a test. Now, COVID testing will continue throughout the semester in the Holloway Hall Great Hall. Open dates and times for February are now up on the website. Please sign up now. Regarding vaccines, Maryland has moved into Phase 1C, and SU employees with essential functions related to campus operations, including duties in facilities, food service, housing, and other areas, are eligible to receive the vaccine, along with those providing in-person instruction that cannot be delivered remotely. While national supply shortages mean that the vaccine might not be immediately available to all who are eligible, I encourage those who are eligible to get the vaccine whenever possible. If you have questions about vaccines, please check our coronavirus website or your SU email for information that we sent earlier this week. I look forward to welcoming our Wicomico County Health Officer, Lori Brewster, as a guest during next week's briefing. I expect she'll be able to talk with us more about vaccines and other topics. We had some good news to start off the semester this week. U.S. News & World Report again ranked 2 of our online graduate programs among the nation's best. Our online MBA program has been in this top group for the past 4 years, and our online Master of Science in Nursing also was spotlighted. If you're thinking about continuing your education, or if you're just advancing your career, these programs might be good options for you. I also want to applaud the organizers of SU's first Anti-Racism Summit, which will be held next Friday, February 5th. Students, faculty, and staff are invited to participate. Check your email for the registration link. This and many other events are featured in the spring edition of Panorama, which is out now. It spotlights the many cultural and educational events happening throughout the semester. Finally, let's talk briefly about inclement weather, since our region saw its first dusting of snow earlier this week and a little bit last night. In the age of remote learning and working, the plan is for the university to pivot to modified operations if needed. Faculty would have the flexibility to teach classes remotely, and those teleworking would continue to do so, and essential employees would report to campus as usual. As always, you should check your email and reach out to your supervisors or professors in case of questions about these types of situations. Okay, at this time, I'll take any questions. As always, we'll take questions that you send via email to stayinformed@salisbury.edu. Eli, what are people asking about today?
Thanks, Dr. Wight. The first question is about vaccine information. Are students eligible to receive the vaccine in this current phase?
So some students may be eligible this phase or in phase 1 because of their work in either volunteering or if they are involved in clinical settings as frontline workers. But the recent addition of eligibility for SU workers is limited to employees. If you have any questions about vaccine eligibility, there is a state website that describes all of this. And if you go to our coronavirus website, we have a link to the state site there.
And Dr. Wight, how would someone go about finding out if they're eligible for the vaccine, either through their work at SU or because of another health condition?
Well, the first stop is to go to that state website and look at the eligibility criteria. But you can always email us at stayinformed@salisbury.edu, and we will do our best to answer your questions.
Dr. Wight, the next question is about athletics. Are SU athletics happening this semester?
Yes, indeed. So basketball and swimming are ongoing. Our men's team is doing really well. The women's team is playing also. We're having swim meets. We are scheduling limited games for spring sports starting, I believe, in March. Yes, athletics is going on and the teams are practicing.
And are fans invited to these games?
Unfortunately, right now, we are unable to accommodate fans in the stands right now, but you can go to our live streaming site and watch the games by live stream.
Thanks, Dr. Wight. Those are all the questions for today.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for questions. As it has been for the past 10 months, the university remains ready to adapt to new situations created by the pandemic. I commend our students and employees who continue to remain flexible and willing to do whatever it takes to further our academic mission during these unprecedented times. I encourage you to join me next Thursday for 2 events. We'll have this briefing at 11 a.m., and then at 4 p.m., we'll have a town hall with the Student Government Association and Graduate Student Council. We'll see you all then.